Yo, what up? It's your man Teej holding it down for Superior TV. Got my man, the legend, Bun B, legendary UGK. What's going on, man?
I'm doing good, Teej. How about yourself?
I am all right, man. I'm excited about this album. It's bittersweet. Of course, it's going to be the last UGK album, but you are keeping the name going, the brand going. Before we get into the album, though, I want to talk about like your history, because a lot of people might not be familiar, but UGK is right up there with, say, like your LL Cool J as far as longevity in the game. It's been over 20 years now, and I want you to speak a little bit to that longevity that you guys have been able to maintain in this industry.
Well, you know, we've been doing it for 20 years professionally. We've been releasing music for 17 years, and you know, for us, it's just about sticking to the essentials. You know what I'm saying? We watch a lot of fads come and go, a lot of different sounds peak and then, you know, go off, and you know, we just sat back and, you know, realized that, you know, if we were going to be able to stay in this game for any amount of time, it had to be on our own merits, on our, you know, we had to do it our way, and we had to make sure that it was our sound that we were putting out to the people and not trying to do what other people were doing, because people need to understand that if you're doing what somebody else is doing, as soon as they fall off, you automatically fall off. And not to mention, you will never get credit for anything you do because you're just copying what you've seen. So with us, we just made sure to try to make ourselves, you know, to the people accessible, make our music original, and make our message inspirational.
So, before Too Hard to Swallow, which was the first full-length joint, you had Southern Way, and you had the band EP, right? So those are, like, I guess, considered collector's editions now, because I think the Southern Way was just on cassette, though, right? Okay. So coming from 92, I think is when Too Hard dropped. You guys have definitely seen a lot of trends and a lot of ups and downs in the game, but you've always managed to maintain what you guys do and do it, you know, the UGK way, so to speak.
Absolutely. Well, you know, with us, we always kept to the basics of life, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, things change in life, but certain situations always remain the same. People are always going to be concerned about their family. People are going to always be concerned about their money, relationships, you know, whether they be personal relationships with people of the opposite sex, or relationship with people you call friends, and, you know, loyalty and betrayal and issues like that. These things never change. People have to deal with this all the time in life. So we tend to talk about stuff like that that's more real life type situations, you know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong, we go to the club and we ball, but that we approach that from a very real aspect too. You know, we move through the hood, we make our move through the hood, but we speak on both sides, because everybody in the hood ain't winning. You know what I'm saying? Despite what the perception might be. And we just try to keep it real for the people, because a lot of people may be moving in this world without any direction from anybody, without any guidance, and even though they shouldn't be, sometimes they look for life lessons and inspirations from music. So we try to make sure that in case somebody's doing that with us, we don't send the wrong message out, you know?
Let me ask you this. Riding Dirty, which would probably be considered one of the more classic LPs that you guys have dropped, has been compared to, I think the exact quote that I read, it said, "Riding Dirty is to the South what it takes a nation of millions to hold us back is to the East in New York hip-hop." How do you feel about that statement?
That's a pretty strong statement, you know what I'm saying? You have to realize that an album like It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back energized not just the nation, but the world. You know what I'm saying? It made a lot of people in a lot of different countries, and what we call the ghetto is represented, you know what I'm saying, all over the world, stand up and make themselves, you know, not only accountable, but make themselves, you know, active in the movement. You know what I'm saying? We have to always acknowledge our mistakes before we can move forward. That's what we talk about when we speak on accountability, you know what I'm saying? And UGK is the same way. Like, you know, we talk about the conflicts of young cats in the street who are trying to do things, you know, they've tried to make things happen a certain way. Maybe it didn't work for them. They put themselves in compromising positions, but, you know, we all grow up in the church and we all understand right from wrong, and, you know, there's a lot of conflicts of the spirit and the soul and what a lot of cats is doing, and we understand that struggle. We tend to speak to that as well. So, you know, we both, I guess, in a way, Public Enemy and UGK, you know, light a fire in the people, you know, so to speak.
Now, before we get into the new album, we're gonna do that when we come back. So, Jay-Z, Chamillionaire, Tip, a few others, all check Riding Dirty as their favorite UGK album. So if you had to speak to somebody that is not up on UGK just yet, would you recommend Riding Dirty as the one they need to get up on before the new stuff, or is it another one?
I don't know. That's always been an argument, because you know, there's a lot of people that say Riding Dirty is the classic, but Super Tight broke a lot of musical ground. You know what I'm saying? In the South, we did a lot of things that people weren't really doing musically. I think, you know, either album would be a great introduction. Too Hard to Swallow would still be a good introduction to people. I guess it would depend on the individual. You know what I'm saying? If it's a young individual, then I probably would give them Riding Dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because of the themes and the music and the context of the message in that album. If it's an old individual, I'd probably pick Super Tight because of the melodies in there and the flows. It's a lot more laid-back melodic album, you know?
All right, damn that. I say just go get them all, goddamn. Just start from the beginning and work your way down. We're going to be right back in a minute with my man Bun B, UGK. We're going to get into this new album. It's called For Life.